There's a deep theological question that men have been asking themselves for many, many generations. Is God spiritual, or is God something that we can bring into this world physically? The more spiritual I get, the more holy I get, does that mean the more separated from physicality I am? Or does it mean I know how to use spirituality within my physicality? This is a debate that has gone on for generation after generation after generation. So I'm going to just give you my understanding, the way that I live my life. I believe that God created this world specifically for the reason that spirituality needs a tool to be brought into this physical world, and we are the tool. We as men, as human beings, are the tool to bring spirituality that is sitting up there floating in other worlds down into this world and make it tangible, to make God tangible in this world. As men, business is one of the most amazing places, one of the most powerful places to bring God's ethics, God's spiritual ethics into our every single day life, not only for ourselves, but for the people around us. The Bible, the Torah, is often seen as a history book, but in essence, it is actually full of laws that help us guide our communities and the world to an ethical place. Let me give you an example. If I see my enemy's donkey weighed under its load, I am to stop and assist, offload that donkey and reload it. Now that doesn't make sense. If that's my enemy, I should be doing everything to make sure that their donkey is overweighted so that they are slowed down, they are weighed down. But in truth, ethics, the ethics of that donkey being weighed down and its pain is more important than the battle between me and my enemy. In business, how often do we see somebody else who is struggling, somebody else who cannot make their way, and we say, oh, you know what? Thank God they're struggling, because if they weren't, they would actually be a danger to my business, to my success. How often do we make sure to keep that person down so that they know less than us, so that they have less tools than us, so that they have less knowledge than us, so that they have less connections? Oh, I don't want to introduce him to my friend who could really help him with social media, because that means he may actually be more successful than me. Well, if his donkey is overweight, it's our ethical responsibility to unweigh that donkey, to allow him to have success. And if we are so worried about our other men's success, then how sure are we about ourselves? How assured are we about our knowledge and our skill set? Instead of keeping someone else in a place that they cannot succeed, how about we make sure that we must succeed even more? We learn even more. We invest in ourselves even more. My mother always says there are two ways to bring yourself up as a person. One is to bring yourself up as a person, do all that hard work, the blood, sweat and tears. And the other is just to push someone else down. So let's ask ourselves this week, as we're learning about business ethics, how often are we pushing other men down, making sure that we are untrustworthy to them for help, for assistance, for guidance, for wisdom, for financial assistance, just because we are unsure of ourselves and our own success?